Hey guys, so I just joined this very exclusive club and I'm not supposed to talk about it, but I just think it's really cool, so I really want to tell you about it. It's called Fight Club. So yeah, I think I should read the book to kind of explain to you Fight Club. Welcome back to BG's Books. I'm Mr. BG, and today I will be reviewing Fight Club by Chuck Palahniuk. So I'm sure so many of you, possibly even all of you, are aware of the very famous movie that was made back in 1999, starring Brad Pitt and Edward Norton. Well, I had never seen the movie up until yesterday because I just watched it. It was a weird movie. And of course, up until about maybe a year ago, I had no idea that Fight Club is actually based on a book. So here's the book right here. It's actually very short and stuff, but even though it's very short, it has a lot of interesting questions and interesting views about society and inner darkness and what have you. So it's just a very interesting look at to what can happen when people are just like done with society and want to tear it down and rebuild a new one. But in order to explain everything that happens in Fight Club, I should really explain the plot. So Fight Club begins in a very weird situation where our unnamed narrator is sitting on top of a building with a gun in his mouth, pointed at him by a man named Tyler Durden. And on top of that, there is a bomb right next to them that will blow up in about 3 minutes. So you're probably wondering what that was, and to explain all of this, we have to go back to when the narrator first met Tyler Durden. So his story starts when he's suffering from insomnia, and to get over like feeling his pain, he decides to see people actually in pain by going to terminal illness meetings. And his favorite one is called Remaining Men Together, and it is a meeting for people with nether region cancer. So I'm sure you can get what I'm gathering out there. And there he becomes friendly with a man named Big Bob. Well, his name is Bob Robert Paulson, I guess I should say. But he goes by Big Bob because he has quite the big chest. Yeah, so basically when he was diagnosed with his cancer down there, he got his stuff removed, and there was a lot of testosterone there, so there was kind of some estrogen pumped into there, and now he has a girl chest. So there you go. And also, there's this woman named Marla that comes to the same meeting, and keep in mind, since women can't get the down there cancer like guys can, the narrator starts calling her out for being a liar and just kind of faking her stuff. Keep in mind, he's also faking his stuff. So anyway, they kind of get mad and they decide to go their own ways. Anyway, in the meantime, so the narrator goes on a business trip and he visits a nude beach while there where he meets Tyler Durden, a quite successful businessman who we will learn more about later. And so after the narrator's business trip, he returns home where he finds out that his apartment has been blown up, either from like a stove like thing, like we'll get to that in a second. We'll get there. But anyway, so out of options, the narrator just kind of calls Tyler and kind of asks him if he can move in. So they meet up at a bar, and then Tyler agrees, but only on the condition that the narrator hits him as hard as he can. So then they just start fighting each other, and then they have an idea to get a lot of men who have been shunned by society to start this thing called Fight Club. There you go. There's the name of the book. So anyway, meanwhile, the narrator is getting used to living on this really decrepit house on Paper Street. Like, it's really decrepit. Rooms are like falling apart. Water isn't like clear. It's disgusting. Windows are boarded up. It's bad. And Marla starts coming over to this house to have fun with Tyler, if you know what that means. And so the narrator starts to get jealous of all this time that Tyler is spending with Marla. And he even starts to have dreams that he is doing it to Marla, what she and Tyler are doing. So he's finding this very weird. So, yeah. In the meantime, the fight club that Tyler and the narrator have set up is very popular. And then of course there's the rules, like the first two are you don't talk about Fight Club, and then there's like two men do a fight, no shirt, no shoes. The fight goes on as long as they have to, and the fight is over when someone says stop. So those are like the main rules. There's a couple more in there, but those are kind of the main gist of the rules. And so the fight clubs are getting really popular, and so, more and more men start joining in this fight club, which means they've been breaking the number 1 and 2 rules, which are don't talk about Fight Club. But anyway, so this stuff starts going a little crazy. And to financially support this Fight Club venture, Tyler and the narrator have to start making soap from human fat. Yes, human fat. So what they do is they go to like these liposuction clinics where like rich people can afford to get their fat removed, and they use that fat to make soap and then sell it back to the rich people. So basically the fat that the rich people paid to get rid of is being sold back to them in the form of soap. It's gross, I know, but that's just how they're doing things. And so this is a really successful business venture. And then eventually the Fight Club gets so popular that it goes like international. So Tyler's got to go like to other places and kind of, supervise it from there and whatever. So the narrator's like, okay. And then he hasn't seen Tyler in so long. So he starts searching around for Tyler across all the cities. But the people in the cities just kind of recognize him and treat him like a hero. So he's just like, what is going on? They're like, hello, sir. Oh, no, you don't need to pay for that, sir. Stuff like that. So he calls up Marla. He's like, what's going on? And she's like, I don't know what you mean, Tyler. Yeah, that's the big twist. So it's revealed that the narrator actually is Tyler Durden. Not really. Basically what happens is that this is kind of revealed a little later, but Tyler Durden is only a figment of the narrator's imagination. Basically, whenever the narrator goes to sleep at night, Tyler Durden takes over his body, does his things as Tyler. And then when the narrator wakes up, he's back as the narrator. So that's why he's always tired. He has insomnia. He always looks beat up because he's actually been doing the fight clubs at night as Tyler. So basically Tyler is just like a different personality that's using his body at the same time. And so he's just very confused. He's very weirded out about that. So Tyler doing it with Marla, that was actually the narrator doing it. The narrator punching Tyler and making up the Fight Club, that was just Tim doing it, and vice versa, so on. And so it gets to the point to where the narrator's like, okay, Tyler Durden is very clearly becoming a problem, so I have to get rid of him. But on top of that, Robert Paulson, remember Big Bob, right, I guess I should explain this, but Tyler started this organization called Project Mayhem, which basically is to go through all the banks and businesses of the world and kind of shut them down and show them that society doesn't control them or whatever. So this includes vandalism, carjackings, robberies, even sabotaging food at rich restaurants, stuff like that. And Big Bob, who was a member of Project Mayhem, gets shot and killed by a police officer. So after this, the narrator's like, okay, I got to stop this. This has gone too far. So from then on, he uses his Tyler persona to kind of get into the Fight Club, goading people into killing him, because remember, since Tyler's in his mind, if he dies, so does Tyler. So basically, he just kind of goats people into punching him and killing him and stuff, but they don't happen. He just kind of gets kicked out, which eventually leads us back to where we started, on top of the building, where the bomb is going to blow in about 3 minutes, and Tyler's holding the gun in his mouth, but instead of Tyler, it's actually himself that's holding the gun in his mouth. And so Marla, I guess, was sent away. The narrator sent her away so that she wouldn't have to deal with any of this. But she brings over a support group that her and the narrator both know, and they're trying to talk him out of it. Because, they think he's going to shoot himself in the face. Anyway, long story short, the bomb does not go off because Tyler stuffed it with something. I don't remember what it was, but it's something that sabotages the explosive and the bomb doesn't go off. But the narrator figures that the only way to kill Tyler is to get himself. So he shoots himself in the mouth and dies. But what actually happens is that he wakes up in a hospital a while later, and the doctors and nurses who are working on him and stuff look a lot like the Project Mayhem members, and they're saying that they wish him to return so that they can continue their vendetta of sticking it to society. And that is how Fight Club ends. So overall, what did I think of Fight Club? Well, I think Fight Club is a very interesting look at what happens when people feel like they've been I guess, chastised by society and just have nothing to do with their lives, so they want to find inner purpose. So they just kind of want to stick it to the man, or society in this case, and just kind of wreak havoc and feel like men again. Because there's a Tyler Durden quote that Tyler says, "We are a generation of men raised by women." So major themes of this book are like inner darkness, society, masculinity, and all that kind of stuff. And I really think that this book does them well. And I mean, the twist, I mean, I'm pretty sure everyone knows about the twist that Tyler was actually just in the narrator's head the whole time. But I mean, it was done super well. I mean, I unfortunately knew the twist going in because I saw a spoiler for the movie. So I kind of knew the twist going in, but I imagine when the book first came out and people first read it, or even those who haven't read the book but saw the movie, that was just like something mind-blowing for them. That was just like really good building up. Because if you go back and read it, everything just kind of makes sense. It's like, oh yeah, that makes sense and that makes sense and whatever. It's like he can't find Tyler because he is Tyler, you know? So it's like, I think that the book, and by extension the movie, is very strange. It's certainly not something more like normal, like a normal book would be, but it certainly is an interesting one. It's supposed to be satire, because it even says that Chuck Palahniuk is like a satirist. So I'm guessing this is just satire on how men feel like that they are owed more than they think they are. And so they're trying to stick it to society to feel like men again or whatever. If this makes any sense, they just want to feel like men and they don't. So they have to do these very animalistic instincts, like committing crimes and murder and what have you. So I think that they can feel their masculinity grow again. And yeah, but I'm just kind of rambling on. Anyway, Fight Club is a very interesting book. While short, it is a very good look into inner darkness and masculinity and the insecurities of men in modern day society. And I think that it is very relevant even now. And I mean, yeah, the book was great. The movie was pretty good. So, I mean, yeah, I don't really have a lot of problems with Fight Club. So, yeah, go read Fight Club. But that is it for the video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video of my review for Fight Club, the book. If you did like this book or didn't like the book, please let me know in the comments down below. Or if you just have any other book suggestions or just want to talk about anything in general, also leave those comments down below. I read every single one of them. But yeah, that is the end of the video. Please make sure to like and subscribe. I am still on the train to 300 subscribers, so I hope to reach that very soon with your help. So please do consider subscribing if you have not already. But anyway, yeah, that is the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed my review. This has been BG's Books, and I've been Mr. BG. And remember,
you talked about Fight Club.
Yeah, so what?
Now I'm gonna have to kick your butt.
Oh, I see how it is. Okay. All right, put him up. Put him up.
KO!